Guys, I got into Galaxycon Raleigh and I am so excited. It was so last minute. I was on vacation when Kurt gave me a call and I was in the middle of watching a hypnotist show, 2 drinks in on a cruise ship. So I was not expecting a call. And so I declined the call and I was like, no, I don't know who this is. Then I get a text and he's like, this is Kurt. Call me when you can. And I was like, drop everything, screw the hypnotist. And I ran, drink in hand, and I was able to confirm my spot for Galaxycon Raleigh, which I was so excited about. I also, in exciting news, I got reached out to by WRAL here in Raleigh for them to come by the warehouse and do a little interview and going over my prep for Galaxycon. So that's really exciting. But in the excitement, there is literally so much stress. Y'all, I'm losing it. I'm like losing my mind a little bit. I am sewing like a mad woman because I was not expecting to be selling at a big convention next weekend. And I am so excited because I've actually improved my weighted dragon design to having machine sewn on horns. So it really reduces the amount of time it takes to make them. It also increases their durability a ton. So I'm sewing so much. I also just have a ton of stuff going on in the business that I can't talk about right now, but it's all very exciting stuff. So I'm literally having meetings upon meetings so often in addition to that. So hopefully I'll be able to tell you guys more about that like in September. But yeah, I'm so excited. I love doing cons in Raleigh because that means I get to sleep in my own bed and cuddle with my cat. It's not for selfish reasons at all. It's because of Beans. He's the one who applies to these things. But yeah, so it is literally a week until we set up and I'm not ready. Sam and I are trying to get things together to figure out a 10 by 10 corner setup that is better than Galaxycon Richmond. I loved that setup, but it definitely had some elements that were lacking, mostly height. So we have some things we want to improve. But yeah, come along with me as I get ready for Galaxycon Raleigh. Okay guys, so we are working on our setup for Galaxycon Raleigh and I'm kind of loving it. We have a 10 by 10 corner and one of the issues we always experience with our setups is height because we have so many plushies and just having them on a table is honestly not really good when you're next to a bunch of exhibitors. You can get lost in the sauce pretty quickly. So I ended up focusing on doing more vertical height than horizontal. Another thing that I was trying to figure out is if people are coming from this way, what do they see? So we can now have our desk mats, which I am very excited about, but we do not have the horizontal space to store them. So we have to make them vertical. So the plan is to have them here on this wall, and then I will be sitting right there. I also have keychains and stickers, and we're gonna put these right there. But as always in Alpacasews, plushies are the priority. Okay, it is the Tuesday before Galaxycon Raleigh and we are loading up the U-Haul because we have to be over there at 8 a.m. tomorrow to load up and it's hot as Hades. Will is helping out, thank the Lord. And we just had to break down this Avar system that I had up for all the interviews I did this past week. And then we have all the inventory boxes. I constantly wonder, why did I make so many plushies? Why did I do this? But our new custom bags came in, which is really exciting. I want to be giving these away with every purchase over 50, which you only need to buy 2 plushies to do it. So I think they're going to move. We also have these new keychains. It's going to look a little better than this, I promise. We're going to have some signage up, but that's kind of the vision above the sticker books, the notebooks. We're going to have a wall of desk mats over here. But let me tell you, prepping for this big of a convention in 2 weeks definitely proved to be a challenge that I don't know if my body was ready for. I mean, look at how sweaty I am. Perry's watching and waiting, always. Waiting for our demise. Always. Okay, so it is 6:30 at Wednesday morning, the day before Galaxycon Raleigh starts, and we are heading to the warehouse so we can take the U-Haul to the convention center, unload, set up, and be done with it. I might be the sleepiest girl in the world, but I am really excited because I love the setup that we're doing. So come along with me as we set up for Galaxycon Raleigh. Okay, so we are in line to get into the convention center, and listen, we've been to this convention center a few times, right? Yep. We have. I have never, we came at the earliest slot. I signed up for the 8 a.m. slot. Tell me why this, vans are wrapped around the building. I'm like, oh my God, I should have gotten here earlier. I came right before our assigned slot time. I was wrong. I was wrong. I admit it. I was wrong. But I mean, this is the biggest convention we've been to at the Raleigh Convention Center, so I guess it makes sense. Everybody wants to get in early. Everyone wants to get settled and start moving early. They're just like me, for real. But I'm excited. Hopefully the rain holds out. It is time to unload with Day and Will, and the van is so empty. How you feel, Day?
I feel so good. This week has been really awesome for me. Just like success after success after success.
Okay, so we finished with day one setup. We just put up the IVAR, the backdrop, the flooring. We brought all the inventory over, so it's just bare bones right now. But tomorrow I'm gonna come in early and make it all pretty. But the team did great today, but we're dead. We're dead. Okay, it is day one of Galaxycon Raleigh, and there is so much to do before it starts at 1:15, which I found out last night. I found out that Exhibitor Hall is opening 45 minutes early for VIPs, which would have been nice to know when I was scheduling things a little bit earlier this week, not the night before. But you know what? We gotta roll with the punches. But this morning I got to make mystery bags. I have to actually pack and ship out some orders. I have to finish up some sewing. I need to get everything in the warehouse that needs to go to the con together, and then I can drive over to the convention and finish setting up. So today's gonna be a bit of a mess. I have a family member helping me out for the first part of the day, and then Will's coming for the second part of the day. And yeah, and oh my God, I got reached out to be in a radio interview, which is very exciting, a local one. But the problem is that we scheduled it for 1:30, but now the con starts at 1:15. So now I have to reach out to them and see if we can bump it earlier. So there's too much to do. Too much to do. Okay, 25 mystery bags are done this morning. Let me tell you, I should not be procrastinating like this. Now it's time to load up the car, get everything together, and I need coffee. But it is pouring down rain outside right now, so I'm gonna wait until that kind of passes before I go to the post office. I go all the fun stuff, because I do have orders to drop off. Lord help me. Okay, I'm at Galaxycon, and I'm just taking a minute to regroup before I go in, because this morning was a little chaotic. Just getting all this stuff ready and alone was a little bit rough on me. But yeah, I'm excited. I am excited to put the booth all together. I think it's gonna look so cool. Yeah, come along with me for day one of Galaxycon Raleigh. Okay, we are all set up. All the cows look great. All the dragons look great. The floor looks great. I love how the tote bag matches the backdrop. I think it's gonna do really well. And we have keychains for the first time. Also, we are collecting donations for Safe Haven for Cats, and anyone who donates gets a little pocket pal. We have very limited amount of mystery bags, mostly because I couldn't bring them all. I was blown away by how crowded it was on a Thursday. This is just before everything opened up, but it was crazy. Crazy, in fact, I did not get any more filming done at all. Okay guys, it is day 2 of Galaxycon Raleigh, and I am so excited. The booth is looking great as usual. We've actually been selling a lot of tote bags, which has been exciting. And the keychains have done pretty well. I think having a $5 item is really great. Our cowboy alien is still not a bestseller, but in my heart he is. And we have only 2 book dragons left in stock. Okay, it is Saturday of Galaxycon, and I apologize for not vlogging yesterday. It was just a little crazy. I had a lot of people come by, and it was probably, I'd have to look at the numbers, but it was one of my best Fridays at least. But I'm actually at the warehouse because we sold out of Star Dragons. We sold out of our cowboy aliens, which I was not expecting. It was sold out of our Mothmen. So it was all these things that don't usually sell online. We're doing amazing at the con. So I did not bring enough stock. So we are going to go tag, we're going to go quality check, and we're going to get them for the convention for Saturday, because apparently it's supposed to be crazy. I mean, Friday was crazy. So if Saturday is even crazier, oh my God. Honestly, it's really similar to MomoCon numbers for me, which is great because it's local and I get to go home and see my cat. I'm like, I'm having a great time. Okay, so after managing to get all my restock of my items, I was able to get to the show, and when I say the line was wrapped around the building, it was almost impossible for me to even cart my stuff inside to restock. Huge shout out to the very kind man who graciously stood behind me and made sure that my boxes didn't tumble all over the ground because people kept getting in the way and almost toppling over my cart. But Saturday was definitely insane. It was packed full the entire time. It was constant sales. It was extremely fun, but also very, very exhausting. I tried to go visit some of my friends in the artist alley, which was actually not in the big exhibit hall. It was up in ballroom A, I think. And it was so crowded up there, you could barely move, which my claustrophobia and agoraphobia did not quite enjoy. But I heard that it went absolutely amazing up there. And it was great down in the vendor hall as well. Guys, we are at the final day of Galaxycon Raleigh and I'm so excited. We have actually sold out of all of our mystery bags. We're really running low on our cowboy alien. Book dragons are gone. We have 2 cherry cows left. I actually had to restock the tote bags. Here's to Sunday. So if you have been following me for a while, you probably know that I've been trying to get into Galaxycon for 3 years now. It is one of the biggest Galaxycon shows in the country. I remember when it was called Raleigh SuperCon all the way back in 2017, back when I was in college. It was one of the very first shows that Galaxycon brought to the area, and it definitely has made its place in the Southeast. On Thursday, while we were waiting to set up, my aunt actually went out and tried to get me some dinner, and she was like, "Emily, the mayor is here." And it just shows that Raleigh has really embraced GalaxyCon, and it brought in over around 50,000 people to Raleigh to go to the show. But the biggest thing for me is always being able to interact with people and actually meet followers who are not from Raleigh and then meet followers who are in Raleigh. I mean, look, this amazing follower ended up drawing one of my cows. Okay guys, so I did an absolutely abysmal job vlogging this weekend because it was so busy at Galaxycon Raleigh. I got interviewed by so many people at different news stations. I got to meet so many of you guys. So we are loading out. We're in the van waiting to get in the loading dock. The loading dock for the Raleigh Convention Center is a little weird. It's the smallest loading dock I've ever been to. You have to go underground, to actually get into it. And you have to go behind like a music stadium. So it's weird. They can only let so many in at a time. And with a con this big, I don't know how long we're gonna sit here. So let's see. Okay, so load out only took like 30 minutes. So I'm happy. We started breaking down at 6 and now it is 7 o'clock and we are heading back to the warehouse to unload and go home. So it is official. Galaxycon Raleigh was officially my best show yet because of the fact that my expenses were so low. We did about the same as MomoCon, but expenses wise, Raleigh just beat it out because I didn't have to pay for a hotel. Thank you guys so much for following along on my journey to Galaxycon Raleigh, and I will officially be back next year. I will be there until they kick me out. My next show after this one is Anime NYC, and then we're going to be going to Rose City Comic Con, and then we're going to New York Comic Con. So follow along as I go to some of these biggest conventions I've ever been to.